If you struggle with a churn issue, I'm going to show you exactly why you have a churn issue and how to fix it. So sit back, relax, have a can of Monster or grab a can of Monster and listen to my soothing tones. So, number one, first and foremost, as a fitness coach or as an online fitness coach in particular, which is who I work with personally, you are going to have churn within your business. I think it's very naive to think that people are just going to stay with your business forever and ever and ever. That's just not going to happen, okay? Every single person who you have within your business currently will leave you, and you have to have that like emotionless attachment to your clients. Now, a lot of my clients, I personally have like a almost like a friendship type connection with them. But I also understand that they're probably not going to pay me forever. So yeah, as soon as you understand that, hey, every single client that I currently have within the business is just going to leave me, then when you get that text, you're like, okay, let's get some data off it, and then you basically move on. Okay. So once you have a fundamental understanding of that, you'll be absolutely fine. Okay. You don't also get that like heart pounding, almost like when you get that text, you're like, oh my god, which I'm sure, if you clicked on this video, I'm sure you've had. You get less of that because you're like, okay, I kind of expected it. And when you see the signs of churn, which I'm going to show you in this video, when you see the signs of churn, it's kind of an obvious one. And then you just go to the offboarding process, which is basically just a business driven process versus just like a really emotional one. Okay. So it's not like a you for leaving the service. It's like, right, okay, let's see if we can get a referral, a testimonial, all that good stuff. Okay. So um, in terms of why and the logistics of why someone would leave a coaching service, it's when cost heavily outweighs value. Okay, so here's what a lot of coaches do is that they offer a subscription based model, so they pay £150 to £200 every single month and nothing changes. Okay, and if nothing changes, what happens is that value starts here and cost starts here, which is why they purchase. And then after a while, what it does is it does this. Value drops and then cost basically stays the same. And then value will heavily, or cost will heavily be in favor of value. So what happens is someone's looking at the cost and they're thinking, well, I've got the same thing. I've got the same program, slight tweaks, but like no differences. I might have gone through like phases of cutting and bulking, but realistically, it's the same. So what I would really look at within your business is like, how can I consistently improve value? How can I build a better community? Like, how can I give more to my clients every single month to allow for value to stay up here and cost to basically remain the same? Okay. So something that we heavily concentrate on within TCT is how can you give your clients more, and how can you keep them interested in the coaching service, especially if we have a subscription based model. Okay, like within TCT, we are consistently looking at areas to improve upon because we want to serve our clients in the best way, shape, or form. But we also have an incredibly low churn rate. Okay, our churn rate is about 2%, which from a B2B perspective is fucking phenomenal. Okay, for a fitness client, you want to be sub 10%. Anything about like kind of above that, you're kind of wasting your time in terms of like lead generation, because all you're doing with lead generation is creating leads, creating new business, but then everyone's exiting on the back end, which is not how you scale. Anyway, what I would really look for is, again, how can I improve something every single month? What can I do? What can I give them? What can I change within their program? Now, as a fitness coach, and I've been a fitness coach, it's sometimes not within the best interest of the client to keep the program changing all the time. However, from a pure business perspective, it probably makes sense to change something somewhere pretty much fucking weekly in check-ins. Even if it's like a macro change, even if it's like a food manipulation change, even if it's like a slight exercise change, something has to change. Otherwise, what's going to happen is that you have this monthly recurring subscription and value decreases. You always want value to be like above cost. Obviously, that's how you don't have that much churn in your business. Okay. Now, if it does this, which it will happen to some clients, if it does this, I don't have time to use the service. I've got to where I need to get to, which is a very common one, which is kind of like you did a good job as a fitness coach. Well done. Congrats on getting someone to their goal type thing. You could also do things like future coaching, by the way. So, for example, if someone's got to their dream physique. It's like, okay, well, what's the next goal? Is it fitness? Is it, what is it? And then we can get you to that goal. So you're always trying to future pace them. But yeah, again, if someone's like, hey, I came to you with this specific goal and I've got there, don't want to do anything else, I'm really happy, just want to maintain it, then obviously you can go to the next phase of the process, which is basically data collection. Okay, why are you leaving? What did you like about the service? Would you recommend this to a friend? Yeah, cool. What's their name? Give me their name. I will go and reach out to them. Okay. X Bob has referred me. He's basically given me your details. Would you be up for a chat about coaching? Yeah, cool. Right. So you've basically had one churn and you've had one renewal. So your business is net neutral by the end of the day. Good. Okay. But effectively, on the back end, you need to ask them for data. If they haven't given you a referral, cool. Could you give me a video testimonial? I've just got you to your goal. Give me a video testimonial. Post it on social media. Go and get another client. One in, one out. Okay. So you want to look for when someone exits. You want to look for feedback. You want to look for if they can refer someone, and you want to look for a video testimonial. If you get all three, banging. If you get 1 out of 3, good. As long as you have data, perfect. If you have like a kind of like a referral off the back of it, and you have a sale off the back of it, fantastic. If you have a video testimonial, even better, in my opinion, because that's not going to be like 1 in, 1 out. In the immediate it is, but long term it could be like 20 people in just for 1 exit. Okay, so sometimes exits are actually a good thing for the business. Anyway, signs of churn when the client or prospect, I don't say prospect, it's definitely a client, they're within service. When the client is going a bit quiet, also when they're not filling out any data sheets, like check-in forms are really like blip texts. If they are looking at your check-ins, so you're giving them a check-in, but then they're not responding, but then the next week they're basically pushing in a check-in with you, I'll just try and like, hey, like what's happening in between here? Why aren't we communicating in between check-ins? Because you've got to understand if someone's just getting a check-in from you every single week, they're not seeing much value. So you want that like ever evolving conversation. So you need to build that like connection. So generally, the things to look out for in terms of like churn is the client going a bit quiet and just not really like half-assing data, like filling out data, and then also, if a client is consistently asking for changes within their program, but then not sticking to it, that's actually a big sign of churn. It's something that a lot of new coaches won't really spot, but a lot of experienced coaches, if someone's like consistently manipulating stuff, it's actually, you can actually go to the extent of changing too much. You can go to the extent of changing too little or changing too much, and both of them will actually have churns. So you want to find that like nice middle ground. Okay. But yeah, in order to kind of reduce your churn rate, consistently provide value, tweak things but not ridiculously frequently. Okay. Look out for if a client is ghosting you, or if a client is going quiet, or they're just not checking in with you, or they're checking in with you but they're not replying in between check-ins. Look out for that. And if you do have churn, then go to a data-driven or a business-driven process versus an emotional one where you're basically saying, go away. You want the client who's leaving to go and get you more clients. That's the whole aim. That's the whole aim of the game. Is to go and like have churn and then basically have a renewal of the back end. Okay. So yeah, that's everything churn really.